This is the Game 5 press conference featuring the Ducks of Oregon. We're joined by head coach Mike White, student-athletes Jenna Lilly, Gwen Savekis, Shannon Rhodes, and Megan Kleist. Coach White, you were able to, when you swept Washington during the regular season, you were able to beat Gabby Plain twice. From your vantage point, what was the difference tonight?
Oh, that's a good question. Obviously, she pitched well. We watched her the other night, kept the ball down. We did not make any adjustments. We really played into their game plan. I'm very disappointed in the way our team approached that game, offensively and defensively. They just simply outplayed us, obviously in all phases. I thought my pitching staff did a pretty good job, but defensively, and I've said this before, defense wins championships. It can also lose championships. And we just did not make the big play when we had to, and they did. They made some superb plays out there, but we'll bounce back. We know what we have to do. We just didn't execute. We didn't do what we needed to do to beat them today. And, they're a tough team. They were ranked number 1 in the country for a long time for a reason. They got a good pitching staff, superb defense, and a good mix of power and speed, and they put the pressure on you. But unfortunately, we weren't able to make the big play.
Questions for Coach or the student-athletes, please?
Mike, Travis Tyke came to here in Eugene. Is this the moment where you draw on the Game 1 Super Regional loss and talk about how it does benefit you in these types of situations?
Well, yeah, we have to. We've shown we can bounce back, but we've got to play better softball. That's what it is. I mean, that performance today is not going to get us much further if we don't get better. But we've shown we can be better, and we know we can be better. And that's the frustrating part about it is not putting your best game out there in the biggest stage. And we'll talk about that. But I'm proud of my players. Don't get me wrong. I'm proud of the players. I'm proud of the way they played this year. Unfortunately, we just didn't have our best game today.
Megan, you were rolling along through 4 innings, match and playing. What do you think happened in the 5th inning when it kind of unraveled a little bit?
When people get put on base by me personally, by walks and stuff, obviously that puts unneeded pressure on your defense. And I obviously didn't make the big pitches when I needed to. So I think that was just, I don't know, kind of where it went wrong. I could have got out of that easily by obviously not letting them get on base. But, you can't give up walks because normally it comes back to bite you, and that's what it did today.
Was the heat a factor at all?
No, it's just as hot for them. That's something we've been talking about all week. Every team here, nobody can get used to this. It's hot, obviously, but it's just as hot for the other team.
So for Gwen and Jenna, how difficult is it for you guys to sort of sit back and look at this game, having scored 11 runs yesterday, and then obviously it's just 2 today, and coming in the 7th inning, how difficult is that for you guys to sort of sit there and swallow, knowing that you beat Washington 3 times as well earlier this year?
Gwen, could we start with you, please?
Yep. Well, it's obviously very frustrating, but we have to give credit to Gabby Plain. The reason she's so good is not because she blows it by people and not because she has a ball that's untouchable movement-wise. It's because she hits her lanes really well, and like Coach said, we didn't make adjustments to her. We knew exactly what was coming, and we didn't go after it. So it's very frustrating, but at the end of the day, I think today was more on our defense than it was on our offense. Yes, our offense didn't play up to its abilities, but our defense is what let us down.
Jenna?
I just don't think we committed to what we needed to do early on enough, with enough urgency, or early on enough fully commit to what she was giving us.
Keegan Renault, Daily. Mike, you guys have been in this position before here as well. What's the message going forward, and what do you guys need to do going forward?
Well, like I've been saying, we got to play better. Defense, better decision making. Expect the ball to be hit hard. At this level, it's going to be hit hard. We got to make better throws in pressure situations. We should have been out of that inning. One, we got to handle that first hit. 2, we got to make a throw home. And we don't make the throw. So it's a little frustrating. It puts a lot of pressure on our pitchers. I know Megan's taken a lot of the lump here, but she did a great job of making some good pitches at key times, and we didn't step up behind her. But things happen for a reason, and we got to figure out what that is. We just simply need to get better in key situations, and it's frustrating because we work on that, but sometimes it doesn't happen, and I don't know why. But we will look at this game. We'll go back, look at the tape, see where the pitches were, see how she was pitching us, make the adjustments, and then come out and give it everything we got tomorrow to fight to try and keep another day alive.
Shannon, I know you guys played Georgia and Florida State way back when, but will it be kind of nice to not play a Pac-12 team tomorrow and try and stay alive?
Sure, if you want to put it in that perspective, but I think that when you get to the postseason, everything starts over, everybody's 0-0, so it doesn't matter what we did before, obviously, playing Washington tonight, but we're going to go out there and give it our best every pitch.
For Gwen, I guess really any of the players could answer this. In Washington's press conference yesterday, head coach Heather Tarr, she definitely did not forget the sweep. I don't know, could you tell, was there a different level of intensity from Washington today compared to the regular season because of that, or what was your
Gwen,
perspective?
you want to answer that one, please?
Yeah. I think Washington always plays intensely. They always come out with a chip on their shoulder and rah-rah, and the Husky fans love their Huskies. So I think they played exactly how they did at home, and we didn't play how we played them at home, which is the real difference. I think they played exactly the same way, and that's what made them good, except when we played them there, we made the defensive plays or we stopped the bleeding, and then we hit their pitchers around, and today we didn't.
Mark Allister from Fast Pitch News. This is for you, Coach White, and maybe it's just I'm naive and don't quite understand this, but so you're playing, whoever you play tomorrow will have had to win in the morning. So how do you game plan? You have a lot of time tomorrow morning. Do you game plan both teams, all their pitchers, or are do you somehow have to do that after that game and then convey that to your team?
Everything you just said, that's what we got to do. We got to prepare for both teams. We have seen Georgia before. We've seen Florida State before. I think those are the two teams, right? So, yeah, we've seen them before, so it shouldn't take much. We have tape and film on them. Obviously, they've made adjustments throughout the year. Georgia's hitting the ball very well. Florida State's got good pitching, good depth of pitching. So it should be an interesting matchup between those two to see who comes through to play us. And then we just got to be ready.
Shannon, what were you guys talking about after the game? What were you guys coming together saying going forward for tomorrow?
I think the main message is, you can't go out there and expect to win. You need to go out there and fight every single pitch, be focused every single pitch. There's a lot of, focus up for 10 seconds, walk out, focus back in. And I think personally, I didn't do that for my team today. We just, moral of the story, got to do better, got to be better.
Any further questions? Thank you very much.